I've been living in South Korea for the last 14 years, and let me tell you, I absolutely love living in this country. There are only a few things that I don't like. The first thing is that I cannot get American Thanksgiving dinner on demand. I really want to eat macaroni and cheese, sweet potato souffle, and all of those delicious Thanksgiving dinner foods, but it's not a big problem. And the other thing that I don't like about Korea is that I can always find delicious food at any time of the day. So a person like me who likes to exercise, yeah, it's not such a good idea. But those aren't really like negative things. Those are just things that I'm joking about. I love Korea. I love everything about this country, which is why I've been here for 14 years. However, I think there are some misconceptions about life here in Korea, daily life here in Korea. One of my friends recently asked me to do a video about K-pop in Korea. K-pop is in Korea, but Korea is not K-pop. Korea is so much more. It's not always hyped up like K-pop makes it appear or like K-dramas make the country to appear. So I'm just gonna take you with me on an average day that I have in Korea. I'm an average guy, filming in the average sunlight on an average fall day here in Seoul, South Korea, which is, as I said always, the best city in the world. Still waiting for someone to prove me wrong. Yeah, so I've been living here in Korea for 14 years. This place is amazing. There are so many wonderful things here I can't find in the United States, or I couldn't find when I was living in France. The technology here is wonderful. Safety here is wonderful. The people are very kind, at least to me. Food is really good. I guess the transportation is also one of the other main things that I love about Korea. You can get anywhere in this country anytime you want. While I do agree that Korea is a country that is moving forward very fast, but at the same time, I think people need to understand that Korea is a country with regular people, normal everyday citizens, just like any other place in the world. And this whole idea that Korea is, K-dramas or that Korea is K-pop, yeah, it's true to a certain extent, but 90% of the day, 95% of a normal day, K-pop or like K-dramas doesn't even really come into effect. Okay, maybe I'm being a little confusing. So let me go get something to eat first so I can get my energy up, and then I can concentrate on delivering my message as direct as possible. But first, take a look at that building. That reminds me so much of La Défense, the building in the center of Paris where I used to live. Man, that's so cool. For me, it's like Korea has to fight against K-pop for its identity. Literally, Korea versus K-pop, especially when you live here in Seoul. All the foreigners want to come visit Seoul, or all the young Koreans I've heard. I'm not Korean, but I've heard that a lot of the young Koreans want to come to Seoul. They want to move out of the countryside, come to Seoul, because Seoul has all the opportunities and everyone thinks like Seoul is the coolest. I mean, which it is. But I also think a lot of people forget that if you come to Seoul, even if you're living in Seoul or if you're visiting Seoul, Seoul isn't K-pop, it's not, entertainment constantly. I mean, sure, you can find it, but it's not like everyone's always having fun all the time. There are still a lot of people here who are working part-time jobs, they're working in menial labor, and they're just trying to do things to get by, to make a won, make a dollar for them and for their family. Look at this area. This area here is just full of small markets, small stores where people are selling stuff. They're selling home appliances. They're selling things for your home. The toiletries, and here you can see pots and pans and things like that. You can see this kind of life, this kind of everyday practical living all throughout Seoul. And please don't get me wrong, I'm not discouraging anyone from moving to Seoul or from visiting Seoul, by no means. I'm just trying to show that there is a big difference between K-pop that you see on television or K-dramas that you see on television and actual life here in Korea. Yeah, you'll see K-pop, you'll see all of this entertainment stuff, but for the most part, people are just trying to live their daily lives like any other place. See, just look at this area here. Just tons of stores of people just trying to, sell stuff to make a living, to get by. And you don't see like any foreigners, or you don't see that many foreigners around here. And here, some people just waiting for the bus, just like any other city in the world. No K-pop around. People riding bikes. People just walking, moving like they do in other countries. This is like the side of Seoul or Korea that like people don't usually show you, that you don't usually see, because it's not fun, it's not entertaining. I remember when I first came to Seoul to visit, it was on a weekend, it was like a Saturday, no, it was a Friday. And I came with my friends and we spent the night Friday and woke up Saturday, did partying, and went back to sleep, and then woke up again on Sunday. The weekend was a blast. I mean, we went to the clubs, we went to the bars, we did like everything we could to have a good time. And we made sure that we were like completely exhausted before we went back to our hotels. But I remember Monday was a holiday, so I stayed in Seoul for an extra day when my friends went back. And I was expecting like to be in Seoul on the holiday and to have like the same experience that I had over the weekend. Like go to the club or, you know, party or like see some really interesting things. But like to my dismay, like Seoul was, the city was completely different on the Monday than it was on the weekend. Like I guess like anywhere else in the world, like weekends are party days and weekdays are work days. So like I remember going back to the party district, I think it was Itaewon or Hongdae, one of those places, and it looked completely different on the Monday than it did on the weekend. I was like, where are all the people? Like there's just like flyers and stuff all over the ground, but no people. I think these days you'll see more people in the daytime on the weekdays in Hongdae or in Itaewon or places like that, but it's nowhere near the level of people that it would be on the weekend. Like the population or the people density is a lot lower on the weekday than it is on the weekend. People are done partying. People are going back to their jobs and doing stuff. They're doing things to take care of their families. That's a cool bridge right there. That's really cool. I might have to go up there. Oh no, they're filming something up there. Right over there. Better not go. This is a little quaint area of Seoul. You have your like stationery shop, you've got another stationery shop. I thought there was a pharmacy around here, but there isn't. But anyways, you have like the convenience store over there. There's a post office, and yeah, there's a barber shop down there. There's all kinds of stores down there. And this isn't like the glitz and glamoury area of Seoul. This is just an industrial area where people are like actually laboring to earn a living. So I said my story just as like support to the premise or the thesis or theory that, you know, just because you think Seoul is one way, you think Seoul or Korea is gonna be like constant party or K-pop or K-drama or, you know, constant entertainment, it's not. Like there are people here who are actually like doing other things. Like they're heavy into education, they're heavy into import-export. It's a country just like any other place. And I'm not saying that I don't like K-pop. I love me some K-pop, like especially IU. I love me some IU. When I came to Korea the first time, I remember watching IU's video. It was like a Good Day or something like that. She's like da 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 da, and I was just like, whoa, this song is so cool. But IU is just gorgeous. So I was like, yeah, I fell in love with K-pop. But at the same time, I'm a little like perturbed with my friend who constantly asks me to do videos about K-pop in Korea. I'm like, yo, there's so much more that Korea has to offer besides K-pop. Like every video doesn't need to be about K-pop. And I know he's trying to help me get views and things like that, but I mean, it's kind of played out. Everyone knows that K-pop is in Korea, but like, don't you want to see other things in Korea? Don't you want to talk about like the average cost of daily life in Korea, or you want to see like different places around the country that, you know, you normally wouldn't see on any YouTube videos? Like, look at this little alleyway. There's a paint shop here. There's like a print shop over here. It's just a little alleyway of small shops where, yeah, a lot of older people are working, and they're just trying to make a living. Like, you never see things like this. Look at this little, I don't know what kind of truck that is, or a motorcycle, but it's cool. Yo, I just saw a sick restaurant down there. Like, it's right here in the corner. Like, no one can even see it. There's a couple in there having like food. but it's a really nice restaurant. You'll never find secret places like this unless you come down the small alleyways that people don't usually show you. Like, this is where the real Korea is. This is where the magic is. And by the way, I'm lost. I'm really lost. Like, I thought I was going to this market area, but I don't know where I am. You see how empty this street is? I mean, there are a couple of people, but there aren't so many people. This is an average day in Korea. Like, people are in their offices, they're working. You'll see some people on the streets, but you don't see that many. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want Korea to be relegated to just a center for K-pop and for entertainment. Like, Korea is much more than that. It has a lot more to offer, and being here for 14 years, I still haven't explored everything that I can. I still don't know everything about Korean culture. I still haven't tasted like all the Korean food. There's so much to do here. There's so much to see besides K-pop concerts or watching K-dramas all the time. Yeah, it's important to have these things, but it's not the entire aspect of Korean society. Yeah, like, I don't want people to come to America and say, oh, I'm only coming to the United States so I can eat hamburgers and french fries and slices of pizza. Yeah, that exists in America, but that's not all the United States is, you know? And sometimes, like, relegating a country or a city or a culture or an environment to one thing can cause you to miss out on many opportunities in that place. Yo, check out this little area that I just found. I got lost and found some cool things. There's like this mom and pop seafood restaurant here. Here is also another restaurant, mom and pop shop. There's like a Hof, so it's like a drinking place, and it's just a nice area. Cafes, cafe. Korea's good about its cafes. Yeah, I would never have found this area if I would have just gone to the big touristy sections of town, you know, looking for the typical Korean entertainment. Seriously, check out this street. I never knew this existed, and I've been here for, as you know, 14 years. Yo, this is a cool place. Cool cafe, steak and pasta over here. And the streets are fairly wide. And then we have like a fresh fruit juice place over there. Okay, so I think I know where I am now. I think behind this cafe, or this cafe and bakery, there's Myeongdong. Okay, there's a lovely view of Namsan Tower. I think I know where I am now. Even though I said earlier that back here was Myeongdong, I was wrong. I was really wrong. So I had to walk even more. But I think for a certainty, Myeongdong is that way. Okay, I finally reached Myeongdong. So this is Foreigner Central. All the tourists come here to visit and to buy and to partake in Myeongdong. But can you imagine, like, everyone's here visiting the same hotspot and no one's like going to the small alleyways. So there are so many things that people are missing. So I'm gonna sign off. Thanks a lot for joining me. Just wanted to show you guys, or let you guys hear my rant. Wow, so much music. K-pop, right? Hear my rant about you know, K-pop versus Korea. Korea is so much more than K-pop. It's so much more than its technology. So much more than K-dramas. There's a lot of culture. There's a lot of life, history, language, food. All of that is culture. There's a lot of that here in Korea. I hope if you come visit or live in Korea, you would be able to enjoy all of the like little nooks and crannies that the typical tourist or visitor doesn't get to experience. As always, I hope you stay hydrated, and I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. I'll hit my mouth. Take care. Peace. Oh shoot, there we go. I'm always messing up.